To create an individual user, select the Add User option as shown. Information shown in bold is mandatory, except for the password, which you can set or ask the user to set when they first log on. If you check the Notify User box, an email based on the domain template will be sent to the new user, with a link so that they can download and install the pod software. You can also assign users to the address books you want them to appear in. If your users are allowed to communicate with AOL, Yahoo, or MSN, you can either set up accounts for them and enter the information here, or you can allow them to edit their own information. The Validate button will connect to the service and make sure the username and password you have entered is correct. You can add some additional user information and also make a user an administrator. A domain admin can create users and change settings for their domain and any subdomains. A message log administrator can search the chat and IM logs, and a report admin can log into the report generator to view IM reports. From the User View Edit screen, you can see that a list of all users which have been created for a domain. If you click on the username, you can edit the user information. This screen also shows if they are logged in and their account status. If the account has become suspended due to inactivity, then it can be reactivated, or if it has been locked due to excessive incorrect passwords, then the lockout can be removed. Finally, if the user has not received their registration email, or they need to install the pod on a new machine, then the registration email can be resent. You can also use the Edit User screen to delete unwanted accounts. If you have a large number of users, you can use the User Search screen to find their accounts. If you are setting up the service for the first time or need to create a large number of users, then you can use the Import User function to create all of the accounts at once. Full instructions and an example spreadsheet are given on the Import Users page. You can fill in all of a user's information on the import spreadsheet, but the mandatory information is the same when you are creating users manually. You can also update user information, move users between domains, and delete users using the batch process. To add a new subdomain, you need to name it and assign it a number of licenses from its parent domain. You need the licenses to be able to create users. Controlling the number of licenses given to a subdomain is important if you are giving administration rights to another administrator. Settings for the new subdomain will be inherited from the parent domain and can be edited now or later. If your user population changes, you can move licenses between domains on the Allocate Licenses screen. Note you can only move unused licenses. If you want to move a large number of users to a new domain but you do not have enough spare licenses, contact your messagelabs representative who will help you with the process. Finally, you can delete a subdomain and all of the users it contains. This will remove all of the users contained in the domain, so if you want to keep your users, you will need to move them first. Messagelabs require you to turn off logging before removing a domain, as this process will also delete all of the communication logs which have been created. To send an email to the MessageLabs support team, use the Contact Support link. This will open your email client and fill in the address. Finally, we are going to look at the reporting tool. Accessing the tool requires a separate login. This is because accounts can be created which can only access reporting area and has been given a separate URL. To create a report, first select which EIM domains are of interest and the time period over which the report should be run. Next, select the data to show in the report. You can do this at a high level or by drilling down on specific areas. Once the important information has been located, the report can be exported. As well as running reports for a domain or group of domains, reports can be generated for groups of users. Commonly used reports can also be saved for instant access. This is the end of the demonstration of the messagelabs EIM administration interface.